Good afternoon, friends. In today's video, I will talk to you about more about the linear regression. In the earlier class, we have seen that how you can fit a straight line to a number of points, and we can find out the best fit straight line by finding the residual sum of squares, or the RSS, and we will minimize this residual sum of squares so as to get the best fit line. Now moving ahead, you can come across situations where the points are such that you cannot fit a straight line to them. Even if you try to fit a straight line, then the fit will not be good at all, and you will have large errors. For example, you see here in figure A, the points are in such a way that you cannot fit any straight line to this, right? So in such case, what to do? So in such case, you can fit a curve to this, as shown in figure B. Now to fit a curve, the regression methods are different. So one way is to use the polynomial regression, which we will learn very soon. Apart from that, there is a simple technique called as linearization. So what we'll do is we'll take a curve and we will linearize that curve, and then we will use our standard technique which we have used earlier. For example, you see this figure here, the x and y axis are related by a equation y is equal to alpha 2 x power b2. Y is equal to alpha 2 x power b2. Okay, so this is a kind of expression wherein x power beta 2, alpha 2 x power beta 2. So this is kind of an expression where you can represent a kind of exponential curve which is not a linear curve. Now if I want to do linear regression on a non-linear curve, first of all I will have to linearize this. Okay, so the lower diagram, this diagram is basically the linearization of the above diagram. Okay, so similarly here, this is the non-linear curve and this is the linearization. So what happens in linearization? In linearization, what we do is basically we will take the logarithm of the equation. This is one of the method that you take the log of the equation on both the sides, and then you will get a linear equation, because log will convert multiplication and power terms into addition terms. So if I take the log of this equation both sides, I'll get log y is equal to beta 2 log x plus log of alpha 2, right? Once I get this, then I can treat this as a linear equation. As you can see, I have a straight line in this, so I can treat this as a linear equation with a slope of, what is the equation of a straight line? Y is equal to mx plus c. So in this case, log y is equal to beta 2 log x. So I can say beta 2 is the slope. Okay, beta 2 is the slope, and log alpha 2 is the intercept. So intercept is log alpha 2. So I can treat this as a straight line equation. I can do my linear regression analysis, find out the values of beta 2 alpha 2, and then put it back in the original equation. This is called as the concept of linearization. Similarly, for this equation, y is equal to alpha 1 e power beta 1 x. So here, if I take the logarithm, I'll get the slope as beta 1 and the intercept as log of alpha 1. If I take the say natural log, I can also use the natural log or the log to the base 10, right? So in the second case, the equation will be y is equal to mx plus c. What is the slope? Beta 1. So it will be beta 1 x plus, what is the intercept? Log of alpha 1, natural log of alpha 1. So this will be the second equation, ln y is equal to beta 1 x plus ln alpha 1, right? So this is the concept of linearization. Take the logarithm, convert the equation. So let us take a numerical example to understand this further. I have data to be fit in this equation. So I am using this curve y is equal to alpha 2 x power beta 2, which is linearized and which looks like this. Okay, and the equation for the linearized curve is this. This is the equation, that is log y is equal to beta 2 log x plus log alpha 2. This is the linearized equation. Now how do we solve this? So to solve this, all I have to do is to use the same method as we have used in the linear regression and find out the coefficients a1 and a0. Okay, so a1 and a0 in linear regression are equivalent to beta 2 and alpha 2 here. So beta 2 will be calculated as we have calculated a1, and a0 as we have calculated a0 in the earlier examples, I will calculate the alpha 2. So what will require for beta 2? I will require this formula, summation xi y, n into summation xi yi. What is n in this case? Number of data points. So there are 5 data points, so n is 5 here. Okay, then summation xi means addition of all the x's. So 5 plus 4, 9 plus 3, 12 plus 2 plus 1. So this is 15. 15 is the summation of x. Okay, so summation of xi is equal to 15. Similarly, you can find the other values. Summation of yi you can find, summation of xi into yi. So all these calculations you can do. After doing all these calculations, you can get to the answer. But remember, while I do this, excuse me, this summation of xi equal to 15 will not be used, because now I am working on this equation. So I'll have to use the log x. So I'll have to do this summation of log x, right? So this, sorry. So this summation of log x will be basically your summation of xi. Okay, so summation of log of xi you will have to use in this equation. Similarly, you will have to use summation of log of yi. So wherever I have equation xi, that will be replaced by log of xi in A1. Okay, so wherever I have xi in the original equation, that will be replaced by log of xi. Okay, this you must remember. So summation xi is in this case summation of log of xi. This has to be remembered. And then by applying the equations, you can solve this and you can get the values of alpha 1 and alpha 2 and beta 2, and this will complete your linear regression, right? So this is one of the methods of solving a non-linear curve. Then what is the use of this? Why do you do this? So after doing this, you will get the answer. If you put all the values, you will get the answer of alpha 2 as minus 0.3 and alpha 2 will be minus 0.3 and beta 2 will be 1.75 by applying these equations. Okay, just remember, some xi is log of xi, yi is log of yi, that you have to use. So what is the use of this? So the original curve which was given was like this. So you know certain values of, for a given value of x, some values of y are known. Sorry, for a given value of x, some values of y are known. So for example, this particular point is known, this point is known. But what about the points in between? So here if I want to find out what will be the value of y, then I can use linear regression and find it. Okay, so I will come to this curve. For any point which is not known, I will just project that point here. This is the value that I will get, and then I will calculate the value at this point. Then I can project it in the above curve and get the answer. So this is the use of regression, that you know the value of y for some x. If you want to find the value of y for some unknown x, that can be done. All right, so this is the linear regression by linearization of the nonlinear equation. Moving ahead, we have a concept of polynomial regression. Okay, now what is polynomial regression? Polynomial regression means instead of using only straight line, I can use some curves of second order, third order, etc. So basically you can say that you can handle the nonlinear equations this way also. So earlier we have used only y is equal to a0 plus a1x. This kind of equations only we have handled. But if I want to have a second order curve, then I can go on using this kind of a equation, wherein y is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus e is the error which will remain, right? So if I do this, I can write the residual sum of squares, RSS, in this form. RSS we have seen, it is the sum of error. Okay, so now the equation is, earlier the equation was y is equal to a0 plus a1x. Now it is a0 plus a1x plus a2x square, right? So what will be the error then? It will be y minus, okay, so now the new equation is y is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square, right? So what will be the new error? Error will be y minus, I will take everything on one side, minus a0 minus a1x minus a2x square. So this will be for a given point yi. For a given point yi, this will be the error ei, right? And then what I will do, I will calculate this error for all the points. I will calculate this error for all the points and I will sum them up, which will give me the residual sum of squares, right? So this is the residual sum of squares, SR. summation I equal to 1 to n. N is the number of points in the graph. Okay, equal to yi minus a0 minus a1 xi minus a2 xi square whole square. So basically, as I go on changing the value of I will be calculating this error for every point and I will sum them up. This will be called as residual sum of squares, right? So what do we want further in this? So ultimately there are three coefficients in this. So we need to know a0, a1 and a2. So to get a0, a1 and a2, we will differentiate this equation, this SR equation with respect to the three coefficient, del SR by del a0, del SR by del a1 and del SR by del a2. And after differentiating, we'll equate them to 0. Okay, and then we get these simultaneous equations, right? So now since this is a second order equation, I'll get three simultaneous equations. Okay, if it is a third order, suppose I add one more term, a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube, then I will get the four simultaneous equations and so on. So if I have the m is equal to, m is the order of the equation to which I am going, then the number of simultaneous equation will be m plus 1, right? So these three simultaneous equations, when we will solve, I'll get the three values, that is a0, a1 and a2, a0, a1 and a2, by solving these three simultaneous equations. And how to form these equations? It is very simple. So n is the number of points. Okay, summation of xi means just add up all the x values, xi square, just square everything, add them up. Summation of yi, add all the y values, right? So this is the formula which has to be used. All right. Okay, so we will conclude this session with this example. Okay, now let us say that I want to fit this data, xi and yi data, into a polynomial regression of second order. That means I want to fit these points. Right now this is already drawn, this line is already drawn, but actually initially this line was not given. Okay, so this line was not given, so I have only these points. So I want to fit these points in a second order curve with minimum RSS. So how I will do? So first of all, I will calculate the values which are required. So if you see the earlier equations, we need some values like m. What is m? The order of equation. So we want to fit the second order, so it is 2. N is the number of data points, so there are 6 points. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, that's why n is 6. X bar is the mean of x. So if I take the mean of this is x bar. Y bar is the mean of y. If I take the average of all this is y bar, right? Then summation of xi. Summation of xi is add all these points. So 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. This is 15. Similarly, summation of yi. So add all these y points. I'll get 152.6. Right? Then summation of xi square. Take the square of every point and add that. So for first point, the square of 0 is 0. For second point, square of 1 is 1. Then 4 for 2. Then 9. Okay. Then 16 and then 25. So if I add them up, I'll get the value as 41. So total will be 55. That's why summation of xi square is 55. I also need summation of xi cube, summation of xi 4. Okay, summation of xi into yi. So all these values can be calculated manually. It is not a big deal. Once you get these values, and then you put this in the earlier equation. Okay, so this particular set of equations has to be prepared. Okay, so whatever we have calculated in the whatever we have calculated here, this will be substituted here, right? After substitution, we'll get simultaneous equation. So we can write the simultaneous equations in a matrix form. So simply the equations are written and then they're rearranged in the matrix form. And after solving this, you will get the values of a0, which is 2.47, a1 and a2, right? So these are the values that you will get, and this is the final equation y, which fits the second order curve. And for this, if you calculate the r square value, it is 0.998. So 99.85% points are 99.85% points are fitting well. So this is r square is very high, that means your fit is very good. So this is also known as the polynomial regression. So I will request you to solve this numerical in your copy also with your hand, so that you will the concept will be more clear to you. All right, in the next video we will go to another set of regression, that is nonlinear regression. Thank you.